Hey guys, it's Taylor back with AITAH Taylor, and today we're going to be determining if these people on Reddit are assholes or not. So let's get into it. Every time I read a short Reddit story, it's almost like the chapter like towards the end, or the page towards the end of a chapter. You know, it's like a reward. Okay, would I be the arsehole if I go to my sister's wedding even though my wife is banned from coming? I'm 34 male. My sister Claire, 32 female, is getting married in 2 months. Her fiance Greg, 35 male, hates my wife Megan, 33 female. It's a long story, but basically Megan called Greg out for being rude to our mom at a family dinner 2 years ago. Oh my god. I feel like that is an example of like, he will not let something go, which might not be good for his new marriage, but maybe it's different. I don't know. Greg has never forgiven her. He told Claire it's his wedding and Megan is not invited. I don't like Greg. I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't like Greg because it's both of their weddings. It's a day for both of them. Claire is torn. She wants me there, but says she can't change Greg's mind. She begged me to come alone. My wife is furious and says if I go, then I'm choosing them over her. She said that it's a power move to isolate her from the family. I love my sister. I want to see her get married, but I also feel like if I go without Megan, I'm validating Greg's behavior. My parents say I should go because family weddings are important and Megan should understand. My best friend says I should skip it to support my wife. I feel like no matter what I do, someone I love gets hurt. Would I be the asshole? Would I be the asshole if I go alone? Yeah, I agree with you there. Whatever you do, somebody's not gonna like it. So, but I do think you should skip it and support your wife, because I just looked at one of the comments and it said that, so I'm gonna agree with Reddit. But I was thinking that anyways. I think you are right. You are giving into Greg's behavior, and kind of showing, I don't know, it just seems like you're going behind your wife if you do go, you know? Like, it's like you are allowing Greg to speak and hold that grudge against your wife, and attending the wedding just validates that, you know? Is that making sense? Basically, don't go. I understand weddings are important, but it honestly seems like Greg is the issue here, because Claire doesn't seem to have an issue inviting her, and it was 2 years ago. But, you know, I bet if his male friend called him out, he wouldn't hold a grudge. But because she's a woman, I feel like that has to play into it. I feel like it always has to play into something, but anyways, yes, exactly. Once you marry your spouse, they become your first priority above all others. If you don't understand this, you should not have gotten married. Besides, with this childish behavior, Greg may not be in the family that long. Yeah, unfortunately, that may lead to a divorce if he continues to act like that. But I agree with Reddit. Somebody says you are definitely the asshole for even asking what to do. Yeah, choose your wife. Yeah, let's move on. Am I the asshole for not turning down the music past midnight? Okay. I'm gonna say yes, but I feel like something had to have happened for you to do this. Or maybe you're just an asshole. It does say the red label of an asshole up here, but let's continue. Before anything, since I'm not sure everyone reads it properly, I ran a test to see if she would say she could hear it even when it was muted, and she said she could, which is why I didn't turn it down in the first place. Ran a test to see if she could say she could hear it even when it was muted. She said she could. Oh, okay. So this person ran a test, they didn't play the music, and still continued to ask if, you know, hey, did you hear the music? And she said yes. So that's why this person didn't turn the I'm confused, let's go. I was in my room around 9 p.m. for 3-ish hours playing music out loud while studying, as in through my phone speaker, not loudly. Okay, I just expected like a big boom box, you know. And it got to midnight. However, I made sure not to make it that loud since it was starting to get late. I don't like wearing headphones for lengthy periods of time since I get headaches, so I choose not to. Girl, I love headphones. I love headphones more than earbuds. I've had the same pair of headphones for like, it's gotta be 5 or 6 years now, and they're amazing. Anyways, but I also concur. If I wear them for a long amount of time, I do get headaches. I had my door shut until my older sister, Until my older sister, 21, comes in and wants to show me something and left it open. This is about 10ish. 2 hours later, my sister speaks to me from her room saying the music is too loud. This was with my door open, which was originally closed until she opened it 2 hours before. And her door was also open, so I told her to shut the door. We talked from our rooms for a few minutes before even closing either door and still said it was too loud until she came into my room and it got into an argument. Wait, is this the same 21? Okay, so it's the same sister, 21 years old. She demanded I wore headphones or turn the music off, but I said no since she hadn't even tried closing the door yet. We argued for like 20 minutes, all without her trying to close either door, and while arguing, she was mocking me and saying stuff which I didn't even say in a really exaggerated voice. And in that voice, she was saying just random shit like, I'm self-centered and inconsiderate, so I don't want to wear headphones and everything's about me, etc. Okay, so she is 21. She can move out. She can move out. That is an option if she wants to. Yeah, it's almost like she didn't know you were playing music until she came into your room, but my argument was that she needed to close the doors to see if she could still hear it, but I knew for a fact that she wouldn't and she'd lie whether she could anyways. So she asked, what will you do if I can still hear it if the doors are closed? I said that I don't need to do anything until she closes the doors, and if there is an issue, I would turn it down. However, I knew she wouldn't be able to and would just lie to prove her point. Skipping a bit, she finally goes to her room, closing both doors, and then I decided to mute it and left it for 2 minutes. And then messaged her asking whether she could still hear it. She said yes, a little bit. Smart. I went to her room telling her I had it muted, and she said she didn't mean when she was walking into her room. It was still playing at that point, but shortly after I muted it. So it was obvious she was lying and she couldn't hear anything. She also said I can't tell her what she heard, but I said, well, I can since there's nothing to be heard. She then tries to gaslight me, saying I didn't even play the game right and how I'm sly since I muted it, which was exactly the point I was trying to make. She wanted to just say I was too loud instead of actually not being bothered. It took her 8 minutes for her to say a half-assed sorry, then still tried to tell me I was in the wrong. I wanted to make it clear that the door was shut until 10 p.m. until she opened it and didn't even close it, then complained 2 hours later. I was not blasting the music. It was quiet enough to ensure she wouldn't hear it when I had my door originally shut. She also wasn't trying to sleep. She goes to bed at 2 a.m. every night and isn't exactly quiet either. She's just trying to cause drama. She's a drama starter. Girl, you're not the asshole. Everybody's saying you're the asshole. Am I wrong? Everybody's saying you should get headphones or close the door. I agree. You should have closed the door. I don't know. I feel like everybody's the asshole here. But I also feel like if it was low enough, I feel like that the sister didn't even know there was music being played until she walked into the room. That's my take on it. So I'm actually going to go opposite of Reddit today. I think partially an asshole, but partially not, okay? It's like 50-50. Am I the asshole for saying he's using his ADHD as an excuse? Okay, let's see. It's labeled as asshole, but from the last one, I don't know. Let's see. I, 19 male, have a friend, 18 male, I work with at a fast food restaurant. We were talking about people we dislike working with and mentioned people that are lazy and pretend to have no clue what they're doing when they just don't try, and maybe they don't know, but that's only because they put zero effort into learning. Girl, have I had some encounters with people that did that. Like, I don't think it was like they didn't know how to do it, but they would purposely do it wrong so that they didn't have to do it, and that pissed me off. Anyways, I joke he's a little bit of a hypocrite because he complains if he's ever put on the station for bagging and running out food, like asked to not be put on it because he's bad at it and not in a way practice is gonna fix. What the frick is going to fix? It's just not something that works well with his ADHD. So may as well have him somewhere else. He'll be more useful. But I do clarify that's mostly a joke. He's not comparable to the ones doing no work, but that is a bit of an excuse just not to do something he doesn't like. I'm confused. He says he doesn't like it, but it's not an excuse. It's because of those reasons. I ask him to explain more, and he says it's difficult for him to hold short-term information in his head while doing other stuff. So all that looking at the receipt and screen, looking what food's ready and what isn't, and what he's already put in the bag and what hasn't. Then based on what steps comes next, they got X, so he has to grab Y, and with that, etc. It's just incredibly frustrating to do, and he has to quadruple check every step of everything he does. and he's slow on it, then he feels bad. I understand that. I don't personally, understand it, but I can imagine that can be frustrating when you are told to do a task, but you have to do it multiple times to ensure you do it, correctly. I say I get that, but task avoidance, while I understand why you turn to it, isn't the best approach to any situation. Like, why not practice that skill of holding information like that? I don't think that's how that works. I don't think you can just... I mean, maybe you can, but I feel like it would be a bit more difficult and time-consuming for somebody with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So I don't think it's task avoidance. I think he's probably just trying to find something else that he can, is better at, and he can do it in a timely manner. Because you can't be slow putting in like fast food meals into a bag, triple checking, quadruple checking, because there is probably going to be, it's going to take a minute, and then he's going to feel bad. And I just don't think, I think he's not avoiding it. I think he's trying to switch to a different task that is better suited for him. If anything, he should take those shifts as an opportunity to do that and ask to be put back on them. Just don't get frustrated about it, because you can't be automatically good at everything. Okay, this person, I don't think he really understands what his friend is going through. No, I don't, but I think he needs to be a little bit more, I don't know, he's just kind of like, get over it, figure it out, do it right. I don't know, I feel like he is the asshole. He looks at me like I'm slow and tells me in a really condescending way that that's not how that works, and this just isn't something I know a lot about, and it's better he focuses his effort into what he's better at. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. I say that's dismissive and, again, an excuse. There's doctors with ADHD, you can bag food for people, which I said in a supportive way, not a you're just lazy way. He seemed mad and told me to just stop talking about it, and because it's getting annoying. I told him I'm not going to be annoying. I'm not being annoying. He's annoyed because I'm telling him to do stuff he doesn't want to do, even though he knows he should. And that's not just me insulting him, it's so he doesn't think of my advice as just being wrong and annoying. I don't even know what that meant. He then tells me to actually shut up, please, and I'm trying to make him mad. Why am I doing this? I say I'm just trying to help him, but if he's not in a mood to hear it, that's okay, you can think about whenever. Just try not to immediately dismiss stuff that would help you. Then he just stopped talking to me. Well, yeah, I fucking stopped talking to you too, brother. Yeah, you're the asshole. This person said, you have a psych degree or an MD? No. Did he ask you to drop the subject? Yes, you're the asshole. Your advice is unsolicited. People are allowed to dislike aspects of a job. And in a working environment that is functioning healthily, everyone is playing to their strengths. Sure, sometimes practice will help. Sometimes everyone needs to know the basics of everything to help out. But the reality is everyone will be good at different aspects, and usually if you're good at it, you will enjoy it more. You're the asshole for being pushy about something that isn't really your business. Lay off. Yeah, I completely agree. You're the asshole. Last one. Am I the arsehole? Or no, am I overreacting for asking my mother-in-law to change her outfit to go wedding dress shopping? This kind of sounds familiar, but let's see. I'm going wedding dress shopping with my sister, mom, and future mother-in-law tomorrow, and I don't know what to wear. Oh my god, my sister is screaming. I'm considering wearing a casual white sundress. My future mother-in-law told me over the phone she's planning to wear white jeans and a blouse. I mean, I've never been to a wedding before, but I don't think you're supposed to wear white if you're not the bride. Or like maybe the bridesmaids, depending on their dresses. Also, who wears white jeans? Like, no offense if you wear white jeans, but one fart, every time you fart in white jeans, that is a risk. That is a risk. Anyways. I'm considering asking her to wear another color besides white because my sister has mentioned that if my future mother-in-law engages in any toxic attention-seeking behavior, which she has a history of doing, she will confront her. I don't want any drama of this sort occurring through the wedding planning phase, and I'm not sure what to do in this instance. Do I wear white? Do I ask my future mother-in-law to wear something different? Does it even matter? I think it does matter because it's your wedding and I feel like you can do whatever you want. But let's read the comments. Why should she not wear white jeans to go wedding dress shopping? That's a bit much. The whole thing about not wearing white to a wedding is about letting the bride stand out. Tell your sister to back off and everyone take a deep breath. What the fuck are you talking about? She can wear anything she wants to go shopping. You get to claim the color of white one day. It's white jeans, not a bridal dress. Your sister is engaging in toxic attention-seeking behavior. She's using defending you as an excuse to act out on your mother-in-law. Tell her to shut up and sit down. I wouldn't worry about it. It's not like she's wearing white at your bridal shower or the actual wedding. Don't make it more than it needs to be. Don't read into it more than it needs to be, because if she has priors, she'll do anything to get under your skin intentionally. Okay, so I was wrong again. The only thing is I'm like, you know, if you give her an inch, she's gonna take a mile. If you let her wear white jeans, also I was envisioning white jeans and a white blouse. Full white on white. That's what I was envisioning. If that's not it, I think it's fine. But also I feel like she knows what she's doing and she is trying to get under your skin, possibly. My only thing is like, is she going to, you know, continue to wear white? And, you know, on your wedding day, is she gonna wear a wedding dress? You know, that's the only thing. But maybe you should just chill. But keep an eye on things, you know, see how this is gonna play out. All right, well, comment down below, what was the craziest story? I think the ADHD one. I think that one was like, what? How is this even on here? Are you actually insane? That one's like, is this for real? Are you for real right now? And while you're down there commenting, click all the buttons. You know what to do. And I hope you guys have a good day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world viewing this, and peace.